Today we're going to review the Velotric Packer 1 cargo style electric bike. It's the ultimate tester right here. What makes this cargo style e-bike stand out in the pack is it has a UL certified battery and a max cargo rack capacity of 176 pounds and a peak power output of 1200 watts. Basically, this thing should be able to haul some cargo safely. Let's see if that front suspension did its job. This one also works with Apple Find My, and the current price is $1 less than $2,000, but you should be able to get a pretty significant discount on that in the link below this video. So just like the Go one, this box is like so easy to open, it's not even any fun. But it definitely makes it a lot easier to get the bike out. Comes with the box, and dang, look at that rack. Let's roll this thing out. Oh yeah, man, this thing is long. The actual wood top on the Go one is 16.5, 28.5. And I'm not sure how they determine 176 pounds and not, just 175. But there you have it. And we'll mess with the accessories later, but like here's like one of the seat pads. Oh shoot, almost knocked this thing over. Next interesting thing on the Packer 1 is this cargo storage area. Like a little like saddlebaggy kind of cool thing. Fairly spacious really. And check this out, you can lock it. I have never seen something like this. Pretty neat. Nice. Got yourself a little security there. Paint appears to be really well protected. And in case you're wondering, this color is called Indigo Gray. Personally, I really like it, but this bike is offered in multiple colors. You can see them in the link below this video. So here's how the kickstand works on this bike. These cargo bikes have like a center style stand because once you start getting weight on them, you don't want to be tipping them to the side. So one kind of interesting thing on this bike is it actually has staggered wheels. Check it out, up front we get a 26 by 2.4 inch wide tire with a street friendly tread pattern, CST tires. These are pretty good. And then on the back of the bike, we get the same size wheels and tires that come on the Velotric Go one. These are 20 by 3 inch tires. And I've never actually rode a bike with this setup, so I'm excited to try it. So it ships at a class 2 e-bike, 750 watt continuous 20 mile an hour top speed. I'll show you how you can bump that up a little bit in a few. But before we do that, let's get in here, check out the battery. So right up here front and center, we can see this bike is UL certified, UL 2849, electrical systems for e-bicycles. The battery can either be charged on the bike or off the bike. And as we look closer, we can see the nominal capacity is 14.4 amp hours, rated energy is 662 watt hours. What's it charged with? Let's build your sweet ride. All right, so just like the Go one, these come packaged up very nicely. Charger it's a 3 amp charger, which is great. Sometimes bikes will cheap out and give you like a 2 amp charger. 3 amp charger will actually charge your bike 50% faster than a 2 amp charger, which in this case would be 14.4 divided by 3. So take about 4.8 hours to charge this thing from completely empty to completely full. And just like on the Go one from Velotric, the other cargo bike, you can mount this thing like on the wall. Would you ride with your babies on there?
Yeah.
How many?
3.
3? That's probably past the rated limit. So it also has the manual and tools, pedals, and accessories. Is the screen really an accessory? Here's the light, reflectors, and a bell. It comes with 4 piston hydraulic brakes, which grab these 180 millimeter rotors to stop the bike. Should be excellent for a cargo style bike that carries a lot of weight. Of course, we'll have to put them to the test. So the Packer 1 has 80 millimeter front suspension. It's actually 20 millimeters more than the 60 millimeter front suspension on the Go one. And we do get adjustments with clicks on the fork, as well as a preload adjustment. Nice. Handlebars on the Packer 1 have an adjustment. Looks like we'll be able to raise and lower them with a little bolt down there. Let's get these handlebars on. You should really just use the tools they give you. But these handlebars are a little bit different compared to the handlebars on the Go one. You can see these are like BMX style risers. These ones probably don't need the rise because they have the taller front wheel. Regardless, they've got a nice sweet back and an ergonomic shape with rubber grips held in place by a bolt so they won't rotate on you. And of course the all important thumb throttle, basic controls, an 8-speed Shimano shifter, and hydraulic brake levers. Hydraulic brakes are always appreciated over mechanical. The Sweat Pack handlebars, they'll bring you a little closer to the wide seat. It's got a bit of shape to it as well as a nice width for comfort. I think most people would be happy with that. And there's a quick release so you can easily adjust the height. If you have like multiple drivers for this thing. Drivers or riders? I like this through axle thing Velotric is doing. Remove that. This This is an easy build process. I just like playing with my tools. Makes it easy to put the plastic fender on front, headlight on. The plastic pedals don't have any sharp edges on them, which I think is the right way to do it on a bike like this. We'll check that screen out in a moment, but first, let's remove some of these. Keep this thing looking fresh. It's nice that they do peel off cleanly. And this one's got a rear light on it with a plug that likely runs to the battery. Let me show you some of the mounting points. So there's an eyelet here. Down here you can mount the floorboards. So one here and one right here. You can lock the zippers in, like right there.
Oh my god, that is slick. I love that.
So you get 2 more eyelets here, then the big wood rack mounts here, here, and here. Then the seat pads just go on right there for convenience. But you also get a water bottle holder here, and then a place to mount your front rack up here. Hopefully I didn't miss anything there. It'd be nice if the Packer one had the rubber feet on the kickstand, like the rubber feet that come on the Go one. But unlike the Go one, the Packer one has a chain guard. So on this side, it has the little chain razor deal for these bikes that have the long chain stay. Packer, and the 8-speed Shimano Altus derailleur.
The green one is like, all right, I'm ready to hop on and go. And the gray one is like, all right, I got a bunch of stuff to pack her up. The Packer up and the little Go. And really tucked away down here is the motor we all know and love, the 1200 watt peak 750 watt Velotric geared hub motor running 8 gears on the rear cassette. It's stamped as a 750 watt motor, but that's just how much power it can run continuously without any sort of overheating. It can easily run much more than that. I've seen these Velotric bikes run 1200 watts. So we'll go ahead and pop the battery on there. And fire it up. So with Velotric, we get a pretty minimalist display. Get your pedal assist levels, they go up to 5 default. Battery life is expressed in terms of a bar with 5 levels, miles per hour front and center. Then for here, you can tab on over to trip odometer, average speed, max speed, and time. Calories, kilocalories as well. Oh, power of the motor, I forgot about that. So I love that Velotric gives you the power output of the motor. And as I mentioned, it ships as a class 2 e-bike, maxes out at 20 miles an hour out of the box, but we will be getting into the menu and modifying that later. You can turn the headlight on here with the headlight button. Here's what it looks like out there, shining on the Go one. It's a decently bright headlight, which also turns on the tail light. Is it a brake light? Oh yeah, it is a brake light. So let's give that hub motor a rip. Full throttle. Just like instantly gets to 20. Seems torquey. We'll put it to the test here shortly. But as we can see, it gets up to 20, cuts us off on throttle. For now, that is. So with the seat height on maximum, here's what a 6'5" dude looks like getting on this bike. I have an inseam of 34. Feels fine. Seat goes all the way down here. Oh, I need to tighten that seat down. Seat height on minimum. And real quick, just to give you an idea of what these two bikes look like next to each other. The backs of them are pretty much lined up. Yeah, this one's pretty significantly longer. The Packer one just has a significantly longer area behind it. And then the Go one has a small wheel up front. So I'm gonna take the Packer one out for a review. And also I have a review on the Go one on my channel. If you do find my reviews helpful and you wanna help support this channel and you are gonna buy either of these bikes, if you did, buy through the link below this video in the description box. That would help support my reviews. And I also have a discount code down below the video in the description box. Of course, you don't have to. I'm just letting you know if you want to. On the left here, we have the Velotric Packer 1 accessories. And this thing comes up to here. So medium baskets, large baskets. Looks like they're both the same depth. Yeah. Then pretty much same deal. You get a zipper, just like a little bit bigger area. Removable liner with Velcro. Feels pretty high quality all around. And we'll take a look at the passenger footrest for the Packer one. It's like basically some floorboards. Comes with the full set of 2. And of course the mounting hardware. And then of course if you're gonna use the passenger floorboards, probably gonna wanna have a Packer seat pad. So here's what it looks like. It's actually a little bit smaller comparing side by side. This is actually the Go one seat pad, but there's only one seat pad you run on the Go one. The Packer one, you have 2 seat pads. So this is one of 2. You could run it either with one seat pad and like a medium cargo basket, or you could just use 2 seat pads on the Packer one. And of course the tools and instructions. All right, let's go get the bikes and try some of this stuff out. So to put these floorboards on, you just drop these bolts in there and then they go on like this. Super easy actually. Here's a size 14 shoe. And you can do this back one in a variety of ways. Here's the large basket, or you could do the 2 cushions, or you could do like 1 cushion and 1 basket. That'll do it. All right, let's try the Velotric Packer 1 on the 20% grade, see how it performs. We're gonna do this first with just me on it. I weigh 200 pounds and we'll throw it on pedal assist 5. This bike has 1200 watts of peak power output. Let's go ahead. Give it full throttle only, so plenty of torque getting up with just me, absolutely no problem. So that was so easy. We're gonna try it with a passenger. I have no idea if this is gonna like actually work or not.
Oh, that's a down.
With a little bit of speed, this thing's got a ton of torque, man. I think we'll be fine. Throttle only, yeah, that was pretty easy. We're going 10 miles an hour. How do you feel back there?
It's fine, we're good.
Full throttle, no pedaling. Maybe I'll add pedaling, I don't know. Doesn't even need it, man. It's making it up. From basically really no rollout here, and we have the wattage displayed here. Ready to go, full throttle. It's giving us 1200 watts of power, 1200 watts of power. And I mean, it is almost doing it. I'm gonna give it just a little bit of help pedaling so we don't have to like bail. But yeah, pretty legit torque on a 1200 watt hub motor. Okay, so 0 to 20 acceleration run on the Velotric Packer 1 with a little bit of cargo on the back. I weigh 200 pounds, ready, go. 1200 watts, 10 miles an hour, 15, 17, 18, 19, 20. And it cuts you off at 20 until we unlock that max speed. But that was a pretty decent run there considering. So this thing looks pretty easy to install. And boom. All right, dudes, we're gonna take the Velotric Packer 1 out for a ride. Here's the plan. We're gonna go to the beach, got the goodies, start getting this thing loaded up. Then on the way home, we're gonna stop by the grocery. I've got 60 bucks, which is the exact amount of money you can save if you decide you wanna buy a Velotric Packer 1 through the link below this video. Just use my discount code at checkout. This is LA, we might need more than 60 bucks. Then after we get back, we'll check our final range with the multimeter on the battery, because this bike gives us a bar readout, which is not very precise. A fully charged 48 volt battery, which this is 54.6, it's showing 54.7. So I'll give you a percentage readout, which this display does not do when we get home. I was actually thinking about loading this TV up on here to take it to the repair shop. Let me know if you guys want to see me attempt that. Oh, and last but not least, I will utilize this to bring a lock so we can, you know, lock up. It's a pretty sweet bike, dude. I'm getting into this cargo thing. You can just take these things anywhere, like all day adventures. Get this off the center stand. Let's roll. We'll go ahead and start the Strava now to check our official distance. And dang it, there's a little bit of marine later coming in. I hope it clears up because I really want to have a beach day today. Let's bump this down to pedal assist 0, show you the throttle does not work on pedal assist 0. You put it on pedal assist 1. Throttle will give you a lower power amount. So 290 watts of power output, like a nice gentle, easy ramp on of the power will take you up nice and easy to 10 miles an hour and just kind of keep you there on pedal assist 1. Bump that on to pedal assist 2 and it gives you a nice little ramp up in power. You can hardly even notice the power increase, honestly, bringing you to 12 miles an hour. Pedal assist 3, smash that and you get a lot more power. It gave me like 1100 watts burst there up to 15 miles an hour. So this is a cadence sensor style bike. It has 8 gears on this one. I believe it had 7 on the Go one. I'm on gear number 8 now, cruising along at 15 miles an hour. It's just giving me a gentle little help. Let's try pedal assist 4 now. Pedaling along here, you feel that power kick on. Nice little jolt up to 17 miles an hour where it stops helping you. And throttle will also give you the same exact speed whether you're pedaling or throttling on pedal assist 4 to 17. Now, one thing about the Velotric cargo bikes compared to some of the other popular, really popular cargo bikes, this one has suspension on the front, and it is adjustable suspension, which in my Go One review I found to be quite helpful actually. Another thing about this bike is it has the adjustable height stem. So let's try pedal assist 5 now. You know, that'll just give you all the power up to 20 miles an hour with throttle, or if you're pedaling and it'll cut you off there. But we can log in and increase the top speed, which we'll do that now. So you gotta turn the bike off, and then you just hold the power and plus button for 20 seconds. I did not teach you this. Then this thing comes up. It's listed as 32 kilometers per hour max out of the box. You can increase that to 40 kilometers an hour, which is about 25 miles per hour. Important, unplug the thumb throttle cable to you know, meet your legalities. So yeah, you need to unplug this now. Do it. So increasing that top speed does not give you any more power to the motor. It just gives you power beyond 20 miles an hour. So, you know, if you want to do some riding where you need to go a little faster, like out here on the road, it'll let you power up to about 25.6 miles an hour. Oh, shopping cart. We got our own shopping cart back here. Give it a little throttle here, and about 25.2 is the max speed on the Velotric Packer 1. It will actually let you, if you don't unplug the throttle, you can keep using the throttle and it'll give you 25.2 miles an hour. And these Velotric bikes, man, they're bikes that they definitely feel powerful enough. You can get out here and do some riding with traffic, just like a vehicle pretty much. So we'll be heading on over there to Trader Joe's to load this thing up like an actual cargo bike. But first, before we do that, let's do our 0 to 20 speed. I do have a little bit of weight on there, but not too much. So I weigh 200 pounds, we'll do thumb throttle only, and I have GPS in my right hand. Ready, go. Strong accelerator, 10, 20. And it will keep accelerating beyond 20, even though it says unplug that throttle. So there's your stats and metrics on the acceleration time. These Velotric bikes are very strong performers in terms of hill climbing and acceleration, as mentioned. For a cargo style bike, I feel like the Drivetrain, I forget exactly what they call it, like the V80 or H80, I don't remember exactly what it is. Regardless of the number, it is a very sufficient, good drivetrain for, you know, like a cargo style electric bike. And now that I unlocked the top speed, now pedal assist 2, holding the thumb throttle will keep me at 15. So it bumps up like everything across the board when you increase the top speed. As I mentioned in a lot of my other Velotric reviews, I really like how they do this, where you can basically have like cruise control holding the thumb throttle on different pedal assist levels. So bump that on to pedal assist 3. Now you effectively get like a cruise control where it'll hold you at 19 when you unlock it. Just makes it easy, you know, when you want to be lazy and not have to like actually pedal. If you want to save battery, you can bump it on down to pedal assist 2 or climbing this hill, and it's just giving me like 300 watts of power. I mean, I could bump it up and give it more, but if you want to save battery, you can. Bust on through this intersection. Try pedal assist 3. Oh yeah, 3 gets out of control, or not out of control, but 2 will help you really save battery and also keep it at like a pretty decent speed of 15. I feel like that will really maximize battery life while still going at a good speed. Darn it, the marine layer is rolling in here. My beach day might be getting fogged out. You know, I actually like the unlocked speed settings, because like if you have, you know, say a little one on the back or something, you can make sure that it's not going to be a jolting ride while still getting, you know, a decent speed. So it'll give you like 300 watts and bring you up the speed slowly, so you don't, you know, you're not like jolting your cargo. Whereas some e-bikes, the throttle, they will give you access to all the power with the throttle regardless of what pedal assist level you're on, so it might be more difficult to control your speed on other cargo e-bikes. I mean, there's pros and cons to each, but let's put it on pedal assist 5, for example. It gives you like a little ramp up in power. Yeah, I mean, this is fun. So let's photobomb this and see what kind of pedal assist lag we have. Not much lag at all on these Velotric bikes. So not pedaling, power, not pedaling, power, and it ramps on. Pretty darn good for a cadence sensor style electric bike. These cadence sensor style ones are particularly good if you're not really trying to go out for like an exercising bike ride. The torque sensors are better for, you know, if you're trying to get an actual workout and have like a really intuitive pedal sensor. For a cargo style electric bike, I actually feel like a cadence sensor is probably the right way to go, honestly, because like, who's really riding a cargo style bike, like, you know, like a road bike, like you're trying to get exercise? I don't know. I feel like I wouldn't be. This is kind of like more like utility, where you want to kind of be using it more like a vehicle with, you know, maybe a little bit of exercise along the way, but not exercise as like your primary function. You have to put a water on there. Oops. I want to buy this bike if you're planning on doing a lot of off-roading, but let's see how it'll do. Why not? Do a little bit of sand here. So it's 3-inch wide tires. You really need like 4-inch wide tires. Yeah, my stuff's bouncing around quite a bit back there. Ugh. But the front wheel is taller, so it does like a little better than a short wheel for off-road stuff. Yeah, and this motor's got a lot of power, but let's go try the sand. Ugh. So let's give it a try here on the boardwalk, and we'll crank it up to pedal assist 5. Well, better downshift some gears. We'll put it on pedal assist 5, full throttle it, and I can feel the power of this motor, but the tires are it's just not wide enough, man. You need 4-inch wide tires to really get out here and ride on the sand. Crank it up to pedal assist 5, run it up this hill, see how it does. Rolling on in at about 13, then we'll just floor it down here. 11 miles an hour, 11.1, accelerating 11.5, 12. Just another example that it is a good hill climber. Try the California incline. So as we're rolling up here to the California incline, which is 85 feet tall and a 12% grade, I'm seeing 4 out of 5 bars for the first time. This is about 9 miles into our route. Rolling on into the loop-de-loop, probably downshift some gears. Dominating this, man. Throttle only, 11 miles an hour there. Let's see how easily we can navigate these turns with this longer bike. Yeah, totally fine, dude. Oh. Almost hit the throttle a little too hard there. So do California incline, the long portion here, 12% grade, 16, 18, 19, 20, still pulling, 1100 watts, 20.5, and that's about it. 20 miles an hour, 20.5, you know. It's a good hill climber. And unfortunately, I don't know if this marine layer is gonna be clearing up at all today. Look at the sunspots down there kind of showing up on the sand. Come on, sun, break through. A little bit of sunshine. Maybe it will break through after all. We gotta get out of here, man. Dude, this chick is tearing it up, man. Like the Velotric. Gee, this doggy would like to go on the cargo bike. Give a little brake test here from 20 and 180 millimeter hydraulic disc brakes. Excellent brakes, especially for a cargo style e-bike that you're going to be carrying some weight. This is exactly what you want on a cargo bike. I would not want to be running anything smaller than a 180 millimeter rotor, which comes on this bike, and I definitely would not want to be running mechanical disc brakes. So yeah, we got the hydraulic good stuff on here. So real quick, final assessment on the Velotric Packer 1 before we grab groceries and I tell you the final range. I mean, if I was in the market for a cargo style electric bike, I think this is probably one of the better options out there at the price, if not the best option. I mean, the hub drives on these Velotric motors is like super strong, one of the best hill climbing kind of motors there is on any electric bike that's a hub drive motor, and then it has the UL certified battery as well, so it does have that electrical fire safety certification. And then it's got that adjustable front suspension up here, so I mean, if you're putting stuff on the front rack, that's going to be something you definitely want on a cargo style bike, and a variety of attachments, and it all is really pretty reasonable price considering what you get. The hydraulic brakes, the adjustable stem. With my experience in Velotric, I really don't think you can go wrong with this thing, and if you do want to grab one, if you clicked the link below this video in the description box, buy through that link. It would help support my reviews, and I also have a discount code down there for you. You can use my discount code at checkout, so make sure you click that link first and then put the discount code in. Of course, if you did buy through my link, I greatly appreciate your support, but you know, if you're not in the market for a cargo bike, don't buy it. But let's head on home. We'll check the final range and see how it does getting groceries at the grocery store. This one can do over 100.
This one can do over 100?
Yeah, Velotric. Oh. They have a smaller one too. It can, the smaller one can do 125 pounds on the back.
It does?
This one could do well over, I mean, I've
really?
carried a 100-pound person up like a hill on this one.
And it was fine?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's so good to know.
Velotric, yeah.
That's so good to know.
Dang, these dogs are living the life. Cargo bike for the win. Oh shoot, looks like somebody didn't buy a UL certified battery. Got the fire department out here. Right, Trader Joe's, here we come. Popular place to bring your bike today.
Thank you so much.
All right, yeah, thank you. Grab that lock, that'll do it. Check it out, we can pull up the little Apple Find My and see that our bike has not been stolen. It's right outside. All right, we'll strap this down. Super easy to do. There's good mount points there. And the most unnecessary thing of all time, but we're gonna see how this front suspension does here. Oh man, I hope we didn't get off that bad start. These things might be cooked by the time we get home. Can definitely feel a little weight there on the back. Rolling on out of here. Feels totally fine. Let's see how these eggs hold up. Better put that suspension on the soft setting. So it says we burned 126 calories. That calls for some chocolates when we get home. To crank this thing up to pedal assist 4, get a little speed cranking out. Why did I put the eggs up there in front? This was not a good idea. This dude decided he's gonna run me off the road. I feel like there's gonna be a little bump here for the eggs. Oh no, that was a glass bottle I just ran over. See how these tires hold up. Get a little sneak peek here, a little peekaboo. So far so good. Just a little detour here, doing some off-roading with all the cargo on the back and the eggs in the front. All right, dudes, just rolling back here in the neighborhood. Speed bump. We are at 17.5 miles for the day. Been out there for an hour and 47 minutes. 3 bars out of 5 bars. And I've been pretty much running, you know, pedal assist 2, pedal assist 3 for a large part of the day. So as usual, we'll finish up around 18 miles on today's ride. And I guess as I already said, you know, this makes an excellent cargo bike. It's a strong motor and I'm able to load this thing up with stuff and use it as a cargo bike. But let's go on inside, check the voltage on this battery and see if these eggs survive. See how these brakes feel with all this weight going down this steep hill? Oh, they're fine, dude. What better way to roll up straight to the fridge with your groceries? So 3 out of 5 bars doesn't really give us that good of an indicator, but the multimeter will, and we'll have to check these eggs too. What is the verdict? 48.4 volts. So that's basically 50% charge. And that was after 18.5 miles of basically not pedaling this thing really at all. You know, very, very minimal pedaling, just full throttle. Now, as promised, let's see if that front suspension did its job. Dude, I think it did. There's no broken eggs. Now it is summer in LA. The question is, are they cooked? Thanks for watching, dudes. Watch this video next.